Hi, good evening to everyone, and welcome to the third webinar within the project Beyond Likes. And sorry, 1 minute because some people is coming. And we need to inform the same that as the previous webinars that we are recording this. So in terms of privacy, if you don't feel comfortable being recorded, please turn off the camera because we must record the webinar. All the webinars will be available on our website of the project. And today we have a very special webinar, and the masterclass of the webinar will be run by Kleila. She's a digital product designer with a background in animation and video editing. And welcome, Kleila, and the webinar is yours.
Hello, everybody. Okay. Tell me, I'm sorry. Tell me if you have an echo, please.
I think the sound is perfect.
I think it sounds perfect.
Not when I speak, but it's okay if you speak.
Okay, better. I'm taking one of that because for some reason I can hear myself. That's weird. One second, and I be this. Okay. Okay. So, um, I'm as Irene said, I'm Kleila. I do work as a product designer. However, I have a background in animation and video editing. Also, I've spent some years teaching the subject on formal and informal settings. But let's get to the webinar quickly because I can talk a lot about my work. I like my work. I can talk a lot about it. But let's spend the next hour on CapCut and not on me. I'm gonna quickly share my screen. And designers, if you're out there, don't look at that one. As a designer, I have to say that we do not use Canva that much, but I can say that it gives some stuff to prepare with people that with the rest of the team. Let's say that. So let's start the presentation. Today we are going to see stuff that have to do with video editing and a bit of walkthrough on CapCut, which is software in order to do said video editing. A small introduction. Why video matters. So, as you probably know, I believe you know if you're here, a lot of what we see on the internet and content is consumed as video, either in applications or reels, how-to videos, explanatory stuff. Most of the information comes in video form. On the social media side, if you have good editing on your videos, That means getting more engagement, getting more attraction, having a better presentation, stuff like that. And good news is that you can use your laptop or even your phone to achieve very good results. And with free applications like CapCut. It's not the only one, but from what I've seen, it's the best one for the mobile. For the desktop, it's also good. You can do many stuff, and from the free applications as well. But there are many more, many more software to use on desktop. But you can do both with CapCut. Some small tips, because you can have the best editing tools, the best skills, the best everything. But if your base, if your material is bad, everything, any good editing skill will fail. So before going into editing, watch out for your videos to be in the best way, in the best state in order to go to editing and achieve perfection. So some very basic tips would be to have a proper light. That usually means sunlight. Sunlight is the best thing you can have. But if that's not possible, ring lights are amazing. That's what I have right here. And please though avoid direct light, like a lamp or something like that, because all the reflections and different shading are very strong when there is direct light. You also want to be in a quiet place so you don't have background noise and your recording is in the best state possible, your audio, especially if you are recording from a phone and you don't have a proper microphone. Quiet place, devices on silent, all of that. Yes, we are a bit picky, but are small tips in order to have the best results. And also you need stability, which, if I may make a small joke, it's not the ability to stab. Stability means to be to have stable footage, so no moving like that. Because even with huge and expensive software, fixing the stability of a video is one very unpleasant process, I have to say. So steady footage, and the easiest thing you can do for that is a tripod, or if you're recording from your phone or from a camera or from anything with a ring light. Some ring lights now come with a tripod and with a specific place for your camera. So problem solved. And also, you will laugh, but there is a reason we are talking about that. Before before recording, please make sure to clean your lens, the lens of the camera. Blurriness that comes from the camera is impossible to fix, impossible. And the result will always be bad. Make sure that there is enough space for your recording on your device. Because the last thing you need is, while you're recording, your device being like, oops, I'm full. As I said before, quiet. So make sure all your devices are on silent and people know you're recording, so there will not be interruptions. And okay, the last one, to avoid wearing a busy pattern, depending on the background, depending on many stuff. Just busy patterns tend to be a bit flickerish on the camera. While recording now, as we said, avoid background noise, speak as clearly as possible. And you can also, a small trick is to make takes without cuts, so you can edit after. And when we say, oh, leave room for cuts, what I mean, when you know you're gonna cut somewhere, there is a question and you answer, for example, leave a bit of dead space. And from that means leave a bit of room with a very neutral pose and with no sound, so that, as we will see in a bit, when we edit, there is a clear cutting point, so nothing transitions from the sound or a weird movement or something like that. Now, is there a question? Not yet. Okay. Some editing tips. These I'm gonna leave them here because I'm gonna explain more while on CapCut. On editing, while we edit, the most important and basic stuff that we do. Wait, I just saw the chat. Okay, thank you, Irene. So, editing. The most basic and important stuff that you can do on editing, while editing, are to get your clips, and clips mean a part of your video. You want them to be very clean, and that means to eliminate the dead space that we said before, like the the mistakes and all of that, except if it's on purpose. If you want to make a point of them, be my guest. But in general, we want clean clips. While when you have audio, and most clips have audio, if it's not dialogue and it's music, you want your music to be in sync with your video. It's very typical where you hear a sound that has nothing to do with the image and you don't know how to feel. These videos tend to have the least engagement, let's say it like that. And if you can go to the extra mile, and if there is beat in the sound, go change, for example, clips transition with a beat, that's perfection. But one step at a time. Transitions, I'm gonna explain them in a bit. Text and overlays. You need to be very careful where you put text and overlays, because many times there is captions while on a white background. So white captions, white background, editability 0. Or there is words on the space where the icons of TikTok, for example, are. So that's what I mean. Add text and overlays thoughtfully. Think where your icons are. Think how easily they are to read. Hence the word thoughtfully. And for the attention spam is a whole other webinar on its own. Let's not go there. Videos should have the needed pace. And why needed? If it's a video that you want something quick, so you want quick changes, quick clips, a bit of hyper music or something. If it's a more smooth, relaxing thing, you want another pace. So there's no must do this thing. There is what you need to do with what you have. Sorry, sorry. Can you tell me if you can hear this?
We can hear you.
Perfect. So, this clip is an example of what I would call good editing. It's very simple because the one synchronization with a beat is actually one. But then if you watch the rest of it, there are transitions so smooth. And it's one of the why I say simple. It's the transitions are not simple. In order to find them, there is lots of time spent on that. But you will see how a simple synchronization of the beat can give an amazing result. And that one was one of my favorite examples to show my students on the basics of video editing. Da, 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 da. So what that has? The first thing that has is a complete synchronization of the beat when the music changes, and with Spider-Man entering the building, like exactly here. So that is why we want the music and what we see to be in sync. That gives an extra level to your videos, let's say. And also, I don't know if you saw afterwards, there are a lot of different clips. It's Spider-Man, then it goes to Iron Man, then it goes to, I want to say Falcon, then it goes to, anyway, I'm not, I'm not in trial for my Marvel knowledge right now. But my point on this one, they whoever there is the tag of who made that video right here. So when they made that video, they took when the movement started and movement of the same or similar animation continued. That's why the transition is so smooth on this one. So besides the sound, it's a smooth transition when there is movement. Again, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. That's not something that you should know in order to have like a good presentation. It was just an example that I really love and I wanted to share with you. I'm about to go into CapCut. So if there is any question so far, I'm more than happy to answer. No, I continue. Okay, I continue, and if there are any new questions, I'll be back. So I can continue giving you a presentation about CapCut, and I have here some good notes on where everything is, but actually I prefer to open CapCut and show you here. So as I said, with CapCut, there is a desktop version or laptop, obviously, or a mobile version. I'm gonna show you stuff on the desktop, and then if we have time, I can go back to phone and show you where they exist. However, everything that I'm gonna show you now exist on phone. It's just that with the desktop version, you, especially if you have knowledge from other video editing software, there are many similarities. Now, phone is a bit more, is a bit different, but then again, if you are more comfortable doing stuff with your phone than your laptop, you will find it much, much easier. So when we open the software, first thing we have is here to create a project. When you have some previous projects, they are going to be here. But for now, create project. We take a breath, and here we are. So I know that getting and looking a new software from for the first time can be a bit intimidating, but take it step by step and it's gonna be totally fine. If you see here, our screen is cut, let's say, in 4 sections. It's first we usually call them panel. So either section or panel, call them as you want, it doesn't matter. But if I say panel, means that. If I say section, means that again. So first panel, it's here. Here we can, as this very subtle plus button says, import our videos, our audio files, anything that we want to edit, basically. Here I will go to our project and bring just those 3 videos for now. Once you hit import, you will see your videos or audio or images here. Another thing you can do is bring your folder. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller just to be able to see. And I will put an audio file. It's an MP3 file just to see the difference. So I can drag and drop, and it's just like putting import from here. Now that it's not empty, watch out. Import is not here anymore. It's up here. Also, something that is really nice. CapCut has right on your media a button for record. So you can record actually, I hope I didn't. Okay, so you can actually start recording your screen or something, your audio, everything, and it will be here as another file for you to use. I'm not gonna do it now because I'm hoping that it doesn't change my microphone and my camera and everything. So I'm skipping this one. But if you want more information, there's gonna be more in links on our site that is coming and everything. So we said here media. This panel is our preview. What that means is we can preview clips from here to see what we have. You will see here there is the duration of the clip that I just clicked. However, I can also see the final result. So when I put my clips to combine them, here will be the final result. On this panel, this little panel changes throughout the editing experience, let's say, because it gives information based on what we have selected. Now that I have selected this clip, this file, let's call it file for now, it gives me details on the file name, where it exists on our laptop, desktop, whatever. Aspect ratio, original, I like that. They should have a number, but let's not focus on that. Frame rate, frame rate. Do I explain what frame rate is? Do we know what frame rate is? Okay, let's actually very, very quickly. Frame rate, basically, it means how many images per second make your video. In order to make a video, we have still frames, so pictures, one next to the other with a minimum movement. So 30 FPS, frames per second. It means, as it says, 30 still images, frames per second. And that makes sense. Your standard is the 30 FPS. If there are other numbers, it means that the image can be, the movement can be quicker, slower. It depends on a lot of things. So for starters, stick to 30 FPS. And our major panel here, it's called a timeline. Right now, there's nothing. Even it says drag material here and start to create. So far, there's nothing. But what we can do here, we can take clips, the ones that we have, and we can add them to our timeline. We can add them by drag and drop on our timeline. We can add them by clicking the add button here. Just for this one, be careful. It will add it where your cursor, this thing, is. So if my cursor is here, it will add it here. If my cursor is on this one, it will add it here. On CapCut, as a default, even if you are in the middle of a clip and you add, it will add it in the beginning or in the end. In other software, it can even cut it, so be careful on this one. But in CapCut, default settings, if you don't change anything, it will add it either in the beginning or the end. Now, if you see, I have this clip twice. I don't want this clip twice. What I can do is simply click on it and press delete on my keyboard, or here in my small icons, press delete. And what we have here, again, it's called the whole panel, it's called the timeline. We have all our clips, and we see when we see its clip, basically. So if I play this on this exact point, if you see, we go from one clip to the other. So in our preview, we see that clip, that part of the video, and then we switch to the next one. And then again, and then again. Again, I know it's not, especially if you see this for the first time, it's not the easiest thing, but bear with me. And there's gonna be many links with tutorials on our website, so you will not miss anything, I promise. In our timeline, as I said, we can see the clips. Now, maybe, let's say, we have many more clips. Let's add I will put it here. I will add a few more, okay? And if you see, there is a bar, so I can, sorry, navigate for my whole timeline. However, I can zoom in and out in order to have a better look, or a more how to say it, to know everything that exists. I can either on my keyboard control minus or control plus to zoom out, control minus, zoom in, control plus. I can do it with the scroll of my mouse, or it works with the mousepad. Not mousepad, I'm sorry. Then on the laptop, the touchpad. Control and scroll out, zoom out, control, scroll in, zoom in. Simple as that. And lastly, if we don't want to remember any type of shortcut, I can come here, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Is what there is no right answer on this one. Is whatever feels better for you. No wrong answer. Did I say right answer? No, sorry. I meant no wrong answer on this one. Whatever makes it better for you. I'm gonna delete, as we said, the last cut and zoom in. So if you remember, here I said clips. What I mean about clips is here. Every part that I can select is a clip. That's how we call it. So if you want a bit of the lingo. Now, these clips, I can, if I don't want to have all of them, first of all, don't forget, there's my tracker here, where it points on the timeline is what I see on the preview, okay? And I told you in the beginning that this panel will change based on what I have selected. So when I have selected this, it has details. Now, when I select my clip, I have other adjustments that I can make. I have some notes on this, and we'll get to them in a while. So my clips, the most important thing that I need to do is cut my clip. Cut means that I want it to be from this point to this point, but I don't want the before and the after. What I can do is move my cursor to the point that I want. Press here. If you see, there is a button. It's called split. Split, you will hear it. Cut, you will hear it. It's the same thing. Let's go with split for CapCut. Split, click here. And what it does, it splits. Wow, big surprise. It splits our clip into two, here and here. Now, I can select this part of my clip if I don't want it and delete it. So my timeline starts the moment that I want it. Now, if you see next to it, there are two more buttons. It's basically the same. It just skips the part where you delete the extra clip. No reason. If you want to get into editing, you will find it on your own. That's nothing, no secret. So you can go to the next point where you want to split the clip, and just a sneak peek. there is a button here that says delete left. No, that's right. Sorry. Delete, delete right. Okay. So again, I'm pointing here, either put split, click, select, delete, or if you know your right from left, that I sometimes do, I will click here and the part that I want will automatically be deleted. That's if you know how to do cuts and put your clips in order, in the order that you want. Congratulations, you know the basics of video editing. It's really simple as that. Anything that you do on top of that is to enhance and get your video better and better and better. As we said, we can put audio. Okay, we do not need to hear it right now. When I put my audio, again, I can drag and drop the audio here. You will see that in not like my clips, I can put it wherever I want. Well, technically, you see, technically, I can do that with that too. But there is here what I said about the default that clips them together, so don't mess with it. But with the audio, as a default, you can move it as you want. And again, remember where the cursor is exactly on the point where is what I see, but also what I hear. So if I put play, there is in sync what I see on the preview and what I hear. I hope you were hearing that also. If not, it's anyway. So in theory, what you see on the preview, you can hear it also with the audio. And as any other clip, I can come here and split it, delete this part. Another way to actually cut clips is to go on the edge of the clip and drag either left or right, depending on where you want it. Now, if you want it here, but you want to start at the same moment, you simply move that until it starts at the same time with the image. And now, in order to be here, and if I zoom out, you'll see my audio is huge next to my video. I can come here, as we said, and drag it until it goes perfectly with the end of my video. So 3 ways to cut. Let's use the 2 that are the more important ones. Move cursor, split, or go here on the clip and adjust manually. Simple as that. And I want you, yeah. So I want you to see my favorite little panel here. So I said that depending on what we select, it's different. So I select this clip. I see here different tabs that have to do with the video, with the speed of the clip, if there is an audio on the clip, not in general, on the specific clip, there is an extra tab here, audio. But I don't want to bother you too much. So video speed, animation, adjust, and that is mostly for the paid version, so you can even forget it exists. On the video, you can adjust the clip that what you see. You can zoom in. Also, in order to see, that's a very nice thing. In order to see what's happening, you need to make sure that the clip you have selected, you can also see it on the preview, because if I select this clip and my preview cursor is here, whatever I do, I cannot see it. So make sure that your cursor is on the clip that you watch. So I can change the scale. That means basically you see there is a percentage here. On the 100% is the original. Now I can make it, maybe I want to zoom on this detail. Maybe I want it to be small because I will do passing here. Depends on what you want to do. You can adjust the position either by those arrows here. You will see it moving very, very, very slowly, but it is moving, I promise. However, maybe it's better to just click here and drag it around to adjust its position. If you see, x-axis and y-axis changed from 0, 0. That means the clip is centered to whatever we move it. You can actually use these thingies for quick adjustments that makes sure that the video is centered on horizontally, vertically, and that is centered horizontally. Now you don't want that, and you want to have the perspective you want. You don't care, as long as there is no excess here, or it's anyway the result that you want. No problem on this one. You can also, as I said, adjust the speed. From here, if you want to make it super quick, you can come here. I'm gonna mute that. You can come here and you see how quickly it will go. And as I adjust, I don't know if you noticed, as I put my speed higher, the clip gets smaller and smaller. That means that the images, as we said, the FPS, comes quicker. So poof, done. Now, as I put it back, you see it comes back here. If I put it slower, you will see my clip getting bigger. That means that it's going to be slower movement. However, I don't know if you can see, based on the quality of our video in our Zoom, I don't know if you can see, but the slower I put it, the more not flickerish, the worse the movement is, because basically one image takes more time on screen. So I can see the transition of one image to the other, and it's not smooth, the 30 FPS that we said keep as a rule. It's not smooth, it goes stop motion. It goes frame by frame. In general, if we want to make videos to get them with a slower motion, we change settings while filming the video. Film it at 60 FPS in order to have some room. But again, I don't want to bother you too much. This goes to the extra information and extra knowledge. So for now, just know here that you can change your speed, but be careful if you did not prepare for it. Be careful that it can change the way that you see the final result. Animation. The tab that CapCut has as animation is basically a library with some effect that you can put on the clip. So the moment that the clip appears, it can have an animation like that, if you saw. Quick one. And it comes straight from my library. I don't like this one. I can switch to this one. I can change to that one. In general, there are, and of course, go back to now. CapCut has a very nice library of already made effects that we can use. But keep in mind that sometimes less is more. So especially if you're starting, I know that sometimes it can be exciting. Oh, look at this movement, and look at this movement, and look at this movement. But as you put different also movements in one video, it can make it very big. And sometimes it's better to have simpler animations and transitions than something very I don't want to say heavy, something very complicated. Okay, so the end result should be focused on easy to digest rather than have many stuff on it and you don't know where to look first. There are two very similar things. That is animation. And if I get you over here, that is transition. Transitions are, again, small animations. If you see, they look very similar to each other. The difference is that the animation, as we said, goes on a specific clip. So when I select this one, it goes on this specific clip. It's not in the previous one. It starts the moment this clip starts. Whereas a transition, it goes in between clips. So it takes part of the previous clip and transitions and moves it into the other clip. I cannot tell you that we only use transitions, we only use animations. As traditionally. In general, in video editing, you will mostly hear the term transition because it's, again, how to go from one clip to the other. And technically, I can make it, okay, not here. No, I don't want to confuse you. So transitions, how to go from one clip to the other. And in CapCut animation, it's something that I apply on the specific clip. With the transition from my favorite little panel here, which changed again, I can fix the duration of it. And if you see this small square, rectangle, as I play with the duration, it changes. That basically has to say that this moment is when the transition begins to go to the next one. And as I adjust the duration, that much part of the clip it will take more, less, depending on, again, what you want. Very quickly, I will just say that you can add also from here, from this nice panel, text as I will just put the default. You can say something on it. CapCut has also many templates to animate text, to make it cutie and fluffy and I don't know what, many stuff. And you can do that. Maybe not. So, that, again, don't forget to click here in order to add it to your timeline. And from here, as I said, you have your basic adjustments, which is the color of your text, the font of your text, the alignment, how to put the alignment of your text, or what you want to write. Okay. Now on this one, as I said, you can put animations from CapCut's library. If you see here, there is the typewriter. So very quickly, your text is adjusted by what you have here. Be careful, there are the free ones and the premium ones. On this one, it has a free trial. That's why we are able to see them right now. But other than that, the free ones, you can do whatever you want. The premium ones, be careful, you need to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, I would suggest to avoid them. Again, you can add from here text, stickers, effects, and stuff like that is also stuff that you hear from social media when you make a post and on Instagram. You can add your effect, you can add your stickers. It's words that you've heard before. What I want to show you is this one. So you click on your clip, come to the adjust tab, and you can change color, shadow, contrast, etc. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, you can come here and play, go nuts, go crazy, get everything done. If you have no idea what you did, you can come back here, press reset, and it goes back to the default things. Now, if you know though what you're doing, or you can learn what you're doing, and by trial and error, I'm not gonna lie, many things go trial and error. I can tell you, go temperature -18, it works for this image, for the other image, it will never work. So you see, and as it says, you adjust. And just a small tip, you can, if you find something, you can save it as a preset that I would advise not to. Stick to the default and, as I said, adjust. Or apply to all. So if you have a similar clip, you can apply to all and be done with it. Two more things and completely done, and very, very quickly. Here on the timeline, I press the crop button in order to get my image and make it as I want. And preferably come here and select the 9:16 for mobile, 16:9 for desktop, and you're done. I will put the mobile for now, confirm. And lastly, export. Okay. You see, it says that I'm using a Pro material, Pro feature right now, so I cannot use it. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna just delete that for now. And because I want you to see the export. Here, I will just say, edit cover is the thumbnail of my video. Simple as that. Name, how I want to name my video. Export to, in which file will I find it? Resolution. 180p is the very the high definition, if you heard that we say, full HD. It's the height of your screen, basically. So in mobile, it's 1920 by 180, and on desktop is no, that's a lie. On desktop is 1920 by 180. I'm so sorry. And that you see it like that. And on phone, you see it like that. So it's like 1920 by 180. So it changes. It's the same numbers. It just changes the width and the height depending on which type of screen you have. In the first webinar, if you search for it, Vasco had a very nice presentation on which are the best formats for social media and which ones. So in case of emergency, go to first webinar in order to make sure that you have the best resolution for the platform that you want to share. Format, you can change it, but I would not advise it. And before, just remember this one, no need for another one right now. Frame rate, make sure it's the 30 FPS that we said is the default. Stick with that. And if you want to experiment with more FPS or more editing, heavy editing stuff, you can find more information on our site later. But for now, stick with 30 FPS. You press export. Make sure that you have the patience because not every computer, every laptop is the same. So when you press export, before you press export, save your work, save your work. Press export, cross your fingers that everything is gonna go great and laptop will not crash. And then hopefully you will have your video on the folder that you selected. I think I will leave it at this point. On mobile, only I will say that you can find everything that we said. The format is a bit different, and I wish we had more time in order to show you exactly what's happening on mobile as well. But as you see, you have basically a preview, timeline, and tools are here, are a bit different categorized. So in edit, you will find the split option, cut, all of that. And audio is here, text in order to put is here. And there is a bit of a different, obviously, a bit of a different use of the software. It's not with your mouse, it's with fingers, so you zoom in, you zoom out. There are many things to do. I wish we had more time to go through that. There's gonna be again notes on this one. But if you have no questions, I think for me, I spoke enough. And here is if you have any questions.
Anyone has any question for Kleila? I think there is no any question. So
I will stop. Say.
thank you so much. I have learned a lot, I have to say. And thank you so much to everyone. And the website will be available soon, beyondlives.eu. So I will see you there and see you next week in the next webinar.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
and thank you for
much.
listening to me.